So I'm going to show you how to do those a little more in detail. So I'm going to go ahead and first start with, and we have our demo store here that we ended up setting up, and then we have our, where's to information here. So and the rest of the customization for the home page, just so you can see how the rest of it would be done, and then hooking up the newsletter as well. So I'm going to go ahead and start by adding some more products to this. I don't have any products really, just this one here and then this other DVD one. So I'm going to go ahead and do a product from scratch. So I'll go ahead and select Add Product. I'm going to call it, let's just call it Short Sleeve Tee. Okay, and then I could put my entire description in here. Well, you'll see some websites that have tabbed content in it. So you can go ahead and install one of those apps, and it can give you tabs on the description, how to use, ingredients, things like that. Or you can actually edit the code here and then add some code and some JavaScript in order to attain that. So that's an advanced function. We can take care of that for you so you don't have to purchase an app. It'd make your life a lot easier. So I'm just going to call this a short sleeve tee. T-shirt, and then I'm going to put my little bold items, 100% cotton. Looks great, long lasting. Okay, and then if you want to, you could use the same editor. You could bold it, you can make the text larger, things like that. So if you really want to play around with it, you could also throw other images into the description if you want. Some people like to place the images here and then put additional images on the actual products themselves. You can also insert a video, clear the formatting, and you can put in tables. I don't recommend putting in tables just because it doesn't work very well with responsive design. So if you're looking at it on a mobile device like phone or tablet and such, the tables may look squished or the text will look really small. And then you also have the ability to insert links. Say you wanted to link that to another thing. It's important that you add the link title for the search engine, the SEO, and use something that describes the page that they're going to. Then you select Insert Link. So I'm just going to put in yes, Google. Okay, insert link. And then you notice you don't see any of the other info, but if you go ahead and click on Show HTML, you have all your wonderful HTML here. Short sleeve, title, this is Google, blah, 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 right? Okay. So you really don't need to get into the code unless you're doing anything funky. You also can mess around with the color. So if you want all that to be red, I'm going to go ahead and select that and select red. So now I get that, I got my link, I'm good to go. I need to add my image. So you can actually drag and drop files right onto here if you like. I'm going to go ahead and just, okay, so now I've got these three. So I've uploaded these three images, and I don't want her to be the main image. I want this guy to be the main image. So I just drag and swap them. Real kind of cool. You don't have to do anything else. When you're done with everything, obviously you can select save up here. But it's important that you fill out your product type, your vendor, etc. So I'm going to go ahead and fill out the product type. I'm just going to call it t-shirt, just for me. Okay, add t-shirt, right? The vendor could be whoever you want. I'm just going to put in Cool Wears. Now, once you add these, you're not going to have to retype them in again. They'll be available through the drop-down selector here. The collections, I only have the two collections, the homepage stuff and then Where's To. I'm just going to throw them in Where's To just for instructional purposes, but if there's multiple collections, you can select multiple collections, and it'll put checkboxes by it, and then you can select Save. The tags are important so that you can actually organize the searches, etc. for the product. So I'm going to call this t-shirt and hit enter. I'm going to call it cotton shirt, cool shirt, whatever. And if it has a name or something on it, you can call it whatever you need to call it. I'm just going to call this one nurse t-shirt. Okay. All right. So then I come down and I've got the price of the product. So this is the price that I want to show. So in this case, I wanted to show $19.95, and I want to tell them that it was $22.90 or $23.95, and then I have my cost per item. So this is my own cost. So internally, if I'm running reports and I'm doing things and I want to know how much the cost is going to be in this product, I can do that here. So I'm just going to say it's for, say it's $5.95, and then it's kind of cool. It gives you the profit margin for you. So I'll let you know with that, which is really cool. I mean, if you're using a print-on-demand service, something like that, you're not going to be going in and selecting some of these items, but you can put the compare price for the products if you like. Inventory, I always do that just for my own management to let me know what my SKUs are for the different products. It just helps, obviously, for more organization. Barcodes, obviously, if you have them, if it's a book or other things, you can put them in there. Shopify tracks inventory for this product. If this is selected by default, if you leave it at 0, your product's not going to show up on the store, or it's not going to be able to be sold. So you can turn it off. Don't track inventory. If you have a bunch of these products and you know you're never going to run out. But if you know you only have 25, then go ahead and put 25 in here. Okay. Allow customers to purchase product when it is out of stock. You can do that so they can order on back order, but then you're going to want to send them an email, obviously let them know it's on back order. The system does do some of this automatically, but you are going to want to follow up with those people just to make sure. Physical products, so you got shipping, or you don't have shipping, right? So customers won't enter their weight. Here's your shipping service. So if you notice what I ended up doing here, you'll see that fulfillment again, Shopify or Oberlo. So if this is a product, I have an app installed called Oberlo, which is for drop shipping. So say, for instance, the product was added automatically from Oberlo. This fulfillment service would automatically say Oberlo. Well, if I was doing everything manually, and I added this product manually from Oberlo but didn't import it, I would have to come down here and select fulfillment service Oberlo. Okay. Otherwise, it'll be Shopify. It's you sending it. It's really not Shopify sending it. It's you. The weights. So in the base store, shipping is calculated through USPS, and then overseas rates are other carriers, DHL, etc., that they use. So if you want to do it by weight, you can. So in this case, it's it's a 3-pound product, whatever, right? I have it set up as pounds. Some people do ounces, kilograms, depending on where you are in the world. The weight is 3. So say, for instance, I had previously showed you in the prior video on how to set up free shipping. So anything up to 0.05 pounds was going to be free. So if I wanted this product to ship for free, I would just type in 0.05 and then save it, and then this would have a free shipping rate. Okay, so you can do that if you like. That's how you set that up. If you need to see how to set that up, see the prior video before this one. It's step 1. Unfortunately, I'm sorry, I don't know where in the video it is, but you're gonna have to. You can scroll through pretty quickly and find out where that's set up. So I'm just going to go ahead and set this back to 3 pounds. And then some customs information. So if you have to set this up, you can. 99% of the time you don't. And then I have variants. So again, I'm going to do the size. I got small, enter, medium, then I hit the enter button, and then large, enter, and then XXL, enter, right? So now I've put those there, so now look, I can actually choose individual prices for those sizes now. So I know that the large I want it to be, $24.95, etc. So also notice the inventory does not go down to the rest of the products. Okay, so you got to be careful of that. And then you also are going to want to change the SKUs based on the sizes. So if you have the same SKU, in this case you get 122, 123, 124. Shopify is good about incrementally adding the next SKU. So now say, for instance, I have another option, which is the color. So watch what happens to the variations down below. So I'm going to go black, blue, red, green. Now I'll scroll down, and now you'll see small black, small blue, small red, small green, medium black, medium blue, medium red, medium green. So they're each going to have their own pricing. So maybe the small blue is $21.95, but the small black is $19.95. So you have the ability to do that. And then remember, you're going to want to put inventory in here since you selected inventory to track. If you select Shopify not track the inventory, this wouldn't be available. You wouldn't have to worry about it. So now I'm going to do one more, and I'm just going to call it material, okay? And I'll just call it cloth, and I'll call it wool. So now I've got 3, and now notice how many more I have. So I have to go through and add all these changes, okay? So you got to do that manually. If you know what your inventory is, you can just copy them down, paste, whatever, and you keep going down and you make your changes, okay? So I'll put that in there, And so I'm just going to do the smalls and let everything else be out, right? So let's just let small green, small red, say 25 for all. So I'm going to let the mediums and larges, etc. be out. I like how everything looks. I'm good to go. Now, one thing I do recommend is that you come back into the images and you notice this little alt tag here is go ahead and click on those and add the alt tag. This is for search engine purposes. So, Shopify itself out of the box isn't super great for search engine optimization, but you could be smart by calling your images what they are. So in this case, this was a bad example for this t-shirt, but if I was selling this t-shirt pessimistically optimistic, I would call it, select on it alt, I would actually call the name of the image when I name the image and save it from my photo program like Photoshop or other. I would call it exactly what it is. I would say t-shirt, pessimistically, whatever, how you spell that, optimistic, right, .jpg would be how I would name the actual image when I save it, right? And then when I come in here to add this alt tag, I would call it, t-shirt, pessimistic, right, optimistic, cloth, right? And then that way, or however you want to say it, right? And then now I know that this is a t-shirt, pessimistically optimistic, right? Or whatever it's going to be called, I select done. And you're going to want to do that for each of the images. And so just that little extra push on there. So notice how none of them have it on there. So if you do each of them, that'll it's another little thing that helps you with the search engine stuff. So when Google Images and stuff are starting to go through the site and look at these sites, they can actually pull these images off and throw them up in product images, and that helps you with your search engine optimization as well. So everything's looking good. I go ahead and select save. Now I have a product that has been added into the Where's To collection, right? And it's a t-shirt, and this guy right here is going to be my first picture. And I'm going to go ahead and go back over to the actual site itself. I'm going to hit refresh. And now I hit refresh, and I got Where's, and then I got Where's To is where I put that image. And so there's my image now. So I scroll down, and then notice how there's a was price, and then there's the regular price, right? So let me go ahead and select this. And remember, this theme is the debut theme, so it's a little different. And then it puts the other options down below it, so I can go ahead and click on those, right? And now I've got, I can look at it, see how it looks great, right? Boom, there we go. It's specific. All right, so notice how I have a small black cloth, right? So small black, and then I'm going to select the material wool. Okay, it's still 1995. There's blue, still 1995. Red, still 1995. Okay, so if I selected medium, watch what happens. Medium, red, green. Notice the button changed to sold out. So it still lets the price stay there because nothing's been changed. If I had a price for large and I selected this, so I'll show you XL. So let's go to the XL, and let's just scroll to the bottom. So here I'll just go green XL. I'm going to change this to $24.95. Okay, and then what I want to do is actually select edit on it, right? You leave this page. So I want to edit that particular option, and notice I get to the next one. So now it's XSL green, wool. So I could change an image here. So say, for instance, I wanted when they selected that drop down. Let me just put her. Okay. So what'll happen is when I select this option, it's going to swap out and replace the image that I'm seeing on there. So I have my compare price. So I'm going to call this $29.95 because this is a larger shirt. And then the real price is going to be $23.95, and my cost per item is $8.95. So this is for the XXL, green wool shirt. Inventory managed by, here we go again, stock track inventory, continue selling all this stuff. It gives you all this stuff, so I'm going to go ahead and give myself 7, right? And then come down, it's actually 4 pounds, so it's going to cost more for me to ship it, right? And so you just go through, you go through each of these options for your variants, right? So I go ahead and go back. Let me go ahead and refresh this page. And now, if you look at it, it says buy it now. So I've got blue, says it's sold out, I can still buy it, which is kind of weird. So let me see. I got green, and notice the girl changes over here, okay? And then it's wool, and now I have an add to cart. And notice the price was $29.95, 23 sale, right? So let me go to large. Price changes, sold out, right? XXL, bada boom. Also notice on the page you have your red, you have your short sleeve. If I click that, it goes to Google. You know, on this particular theme, you can share and pin, and it has you all may also like. And this will automatically select products based on other products in the store. Okay. Notice there's no reviews added on here. You can add them with an app. You can also add other things like countdown timers and stuff like that in order to increase urgency. And we can cover that later in other videos. So I'm going to go ahead and go back to the product. So that's how you add the product in there. And you'll notice I added a collection. And the collection, I needed to add it to the top navigation bar. Well, Whereas was already added. Let's go back over here. So Whereas is already added into the top navigation bar, but I want to add it. I don't want it going underneath catalog. I want it to show up next to it here. So I'm going to go ahead and go under online store. And then I'm going to click on navigation. And I have main menu. Well, before I do that, I also want to add a contact us page to this site and then have it linked in the navigation bar as well. So when I'm first going to add pages, I don't have any pages added on the store. And notice it says online store is password protected. So anybody that's doesn't have the password to look at the website won't be able to see the preview page that we're seeing here, right here. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and add a page. And this theme comes with only 2 templates. So if you look at the templates over here, click on that. It comes with a contact page and a regular page. Some of the other free themes have a couple more pages, and then the paid themes will have a lot of different variations of pages that you can change. So I'm just going to call this Contact Us. I'll just call it Contact. You know, Contact Us. You know, and then you put your phone number and address and whatever else you want here, right? So 619. Whatever. And then if you notice down below as I'm typing this information into this content, the SEO stuff is coming up as well. So if you don't select Edit Website SEO for either the product or the collection pages or the pages themselves, then it's going to default to pull the first 170 to 370 characters from the description section or the context section. So if I wanted this to be different, I can go Edit Website SEO, and then I can call this Contact Cool Wares, you know, and then put the phone number, or put the address and whatever else, you know, we're located at so-and-so, so-and-so. So if this was changed, different from this, it's fine, okay? So I just leave it by default for now, and then I'll make sure that I select, in this case, the contact page, just so that I know that's going to have a form on it for the contact, and then I go ahead and save it. So now I have a contact page. And then I'm also going to add an About page. And the reason why I'm going to add an About page, so you can see the difference between the pages. So you can do it here, View Online Store, add it to your store there. But just click on Create Another Page, and I'm going to call this About Cool Wares is cool. Right? Okay. So again, notice that it comes down here, About. Again, now I'm going to just select Page. And you can also hide the pages. So say, for instance, you don't want to show the page yet. You can set a specific publish date when it does go live. So you're not ready to put it on there, so you can actually hide it and keep working on it until you're ready to add it to the site. So I'm going to go ahead and select Save. So now I've got 2 pages on there. And then I'm going to go ahead and add another collection. So I have Where's 3, just for instructional purposes. Okay, so go to Products. I'm going to go ahead and add Collections. And so I'm just going to go ahead and select Create Collection. And then up here, I'm just going to call it Where's. Oops, it comes down here. Let's go. So I'll explain this. So I want to call this Where's 3, right? Where's 3 t-shirts and stuff, whatever. Okay. So I want to add a collection image so that I can see what the you'll see this throughout the site here, and I'll show you that in a second. So I add a collection image. Remember, you also want to do the alt tag thing again. So edit alt, okay, nurse, Where's 3, whatever, right? And it's like save. So I'm making sure that I'm tagging and editing the alt in these. If you scroll down here, you have collection type, automated or manual. So automated is a smart collection, and what it does is it allows you to actually show products based on any conditions that they met. So say for instance, I wanted every product that had the word shirt in it. I can go to product title, and then it contains, okay, right, shirt. Well, if I have every product that contains shirt in here, what if I have long sleeve shirts, t-shirts, this sort of thing? I only want this to show t-shirts, so I can put t-shirt, right? So it's any product title that contains t-shirt. Well, I can do starts with, ends with, does not contain, is equal to. So is equal to Joe Blow, or equal to t-shirt. Then you would have just those products, right? And then, so you can do all conditions need to be met, meaning that if I add another condition, so I'm going to say, here's the tag, and the tag needs to be blue, right? Whatever, right? So now, in order to be added to this collection, it has to have the name t-shirt in its name, and it has to be tagged with blue. Otherwise, it's not going to show at all. So a way around that, if I want to show all the t-shirt, anything with t-shirts and anything that's tagged with blue, I can select any condition. So I don't want to do that at the time at this time, right? So what I want to do is I want to actually add them manually to the site. So I'm going to go ahead and get rid of these guys because I don't want to use it, right? I'm going to select manual, and now notice there's no products yet, so I need to save this collection first. So I go ahead and select save. Okay, the collection is saved. So now I have the ability to add the products. So I can browse and look for products. I can just start typing. So I can just type in shirt, whatever, and then there's my short sleeve shirt. It's the only product I have. And then I want to put test in here. Let's put it in here. Oh, there's product where's test options. There we go. So I'm going to put that in there. So I select add. So now I've got my short sleeve shirt, my product wears. I don't have to select save it because it's automatically saved it. So now if I look at this collection on the front end, I'll see these two products, but I don't have them added to the navigation yet. So now I've added pages, I've added a couple collections, and now I need to add all of that stuff to the top navigation. So I'm going to go to navigation, and then notice I go to main menu here. And right now it has home and catalog, and then these options underneath here. Well, I don't want them underneath. Catalog goes to the entire thing. I just want wares to be by itself. Make sure you drag it over to the left, otherwise it'll. So if I go underneath it to the right, see how it makes that arrow? But if I go to the left, it's going to let's keep it outside of it. So now these will all be in the main navigation. So let me go ahead and add another one. So I'm going to go add main menu. So I already know what my collection's called. It's called Wares 3. But if I don't know what it's called, I can go ahead and search for it, collections, and then I can find Wares 3. Notice there's the image, right? And if you filter these collections here, just be careful because you're not, if you put blue or this or that, it'll show wares, and then it's only going to show products with those tags. So you can just leave it by default, and it'll show all the products that you already selected. I don't want catalog there. I'm going to put it there. You just drag and drop them. It's really cool. And then if you need to change these or edit them, you can go ahead and select it, and you can edit it and change what you want, or you can delete them. Nothing's been created yet, right? I go ahead and select save. So now I've selected this main menu. I've saved it. Now I only have the collections on here. Now I want to add the contact page on here. So I select contact. I can click here and select pages, or I can just start typing contact. And then it'll pull up the page for me because it found it. I select add. So now I've got the contact page. I've got the category pages. Now I've saved it. Now if I go ahead and go to my, I gotta keep going here, go to the right. So I go ahead and refresh this on my my preview, and now notice I've got wares. I no longer have any drop downs, right? Wares 1, wares 2, wares 3, and I got my contact form. So let's go ahead and click on wares 3. And now wares 3, we've got, see that collection image? See what it did for this particular theme? Is it actually added her in here. So just keep in mind that this is going to be your layout. So whatever images you're going to make, you're going to want to make them so they fit in here and not look weird, right? Her head's cut off. So wears 3 t-shirts and stuff is the description for this category, this collection. And then notice there's the 2 products that are added to this right here. And then you can control, you know, in this case there's going to be 4 across, but you can also change that to be 3 or 2. And I'll show you how to do that in a moment, okay? So right now you've got a couple in here. and you can go ahead and click on them, look at the products, etc. So now I'm going to go ahead and click on the contact page. I have a generic contact page. It's got my phone number. It has the contact info. The contact form is going to send it to the admin of the website. Okay, so whoever is in charge of the website that's on to receive these notices that the person set up, you're going to receive the email. It's pretty basic. You really don't have a lot of control over these forms. If you want to extend this form or change this form, there's apps for it, or you can use Jot form. It's J-O-T, I believe, J-O-T form. Let me see. Yeah, this guy right here. It's a free online form builder. You can create it, sign in, whatever, and then you make, you can use templates, you can select whatever you need to. You just create your form, you copy the code, right? And then you're going to have to actually add that code onto the contact page. And it's a little, it's easy to do if you know how to copy and paste and you know where the page is on the site, but it's better to let a developer do it. I'm not going to show you how to do that now. If you need help with that, please contact us. We can definitely help you do that and change that however you need it. So let me go back to the home page. I've showed you the collections. I'll show you adding a page. Okay. I've showed you how to add in the previous video how to add stuff to the footer. Okay. Now we can go ahead and add some other items to this. Notice there's only one image here, and there's nothing else there. So we can control that. I showed you how to do that in the previous video as well. You can change the gallery, your featured collection. So if you look at this featured collection now, it's got this one product where, well, if I go back to the online store to edit the home page, right, I go ahead and click on customize. And then when I click on customize, I want to change that featured collection because there's nothing shown. So if you click on featured collection here, okay, so I don't want it to be homepage. I want it to be something else. I want it to be, how about Where's 3? So now if I do Where's 3, notice it shows me the 2 products here. Right? Where's 2, I think only has 1 or 2. Let me see. Yeah, 1, 2. Then I select it, so now my feature collection is going to be that. What's kind of cool is you can do products per row. You do 2, and it's huge. You can do 3, 4, 5, whatever. So if you have a bunch of products, and then say for instance you want to do a couple of rows, you can do that. I don't have that many. You can show the product vendor, and notice that it shows cool wares. You can show view all button. So that, if in this particular theme anyway. So here's the view all. That will take me to that category, okay? That'll take me to the cool wares 3 category directly. So I'm going to go ahead and go, let me save this first. I'm going to go back. Okay, so now I have the gallery. That last image looks weird, so I'm just going to add a chick in there. And let's just grab 3 images, women's fashion, and then we'll put, let's throw her on there. How about? There we go. All right, select. So now I've got my gallery, got the settings set up. Now if I scroll down some more, now I've got featured collection. And then here's image with alt text, so I can put whatever image I want, image with alt text that's here. Select my image. And remember when you do these, so I'll put the pineapple guy again, I just like him. And then select. So now he's there, right? But remember that alt tag. So you don't want to put the alt tags and edit these. So you select edit for each of these images and put your alt tags in there. Otherwise it's gonna be weird for the SEO. You're not gonna have it because none of that stuff's there, okay? So image alignment, you can do right, and then throw the text on the left. So some of these are pre-built into the navigation, which is kind of cool. Paradise, excellent, blah, blah, blah. You can change whatever you want there. You can add a button label. Click here, and then you put in the button link, whatever. I'm just going to put a pound sign because it's not going to link anywhere. And then you have your little button there. You can send them there. So I'll select save. I like to save after I do each thing. Sometimes you don't know how your internet connection is or if it's going to, yeah, you don't know. So let that save. Then we'll go back to image with text overlay. So this is just a big banner. I want it to look nice. I'll go ahead and throw another free image in there. Let's throw in women's fashion this time. Let's see if we can find a long image. And I'll just throw in, I don't know, here, put her in there. See if she fits. Yeah, her head's gone. Let's put her in Yeah, that'll work. All right. So image. So I select it, and then I have control over image alignment center, layout full width. You can do fixed width if you want. You can make it conform to the browser section. Section height medium. You can do extra large. Watch how big it gets. It'll get really big. Medium is usually pretty small. It's real thin. So you can play around with this if you want. I'll put medium, leave it defaulted there. Text size large. Image overlay. Shop, women, and then whatever. You just change your text in here. Pretty self-explanatory. And the same thing as another button label. I click here, or shop now. And then you can have it go directly to a collection. So I'm going to say collection. I'm going to go to where's 3. And then I'll go ahead and select save. Okay, let's go back. So now, it's coming along. It doesn't look fantastic or anything, but I'm just playing around, right? So shop women, talk to your business. So you can control this stuff down here in the footer. Okay, so I've got quick links, talk about. So if I add another thing of content, say I want to add a menu, I'm going to add the 4 blocks used. Let me see here. Quick links, quick link. Okay, so it only allows you to add 4 with this particular theme. So that's why some of the themes are different. I'm going to select change. I'll put main menu here. Yeah, I notice how it shows up right away. Quick links. It actually shrunk down my newsletter. It looks weird, right? So you can do the same thing. You can move stuff around. I could put quick links over here again, and then I could rename it, main, whatever, right? So I changed it to main, so now I've got that. Let me go ahead and collapse that. And I'll move that because I want it next to that. And then talk about your business. A lot of people, it's good to actually have a little bit about the company right here, just so it helps with the search engines as well. And I just put a little blurb down here. Cool wares. It's cool since 1992. Read more. And then you can select it, make a link, and then we're going to go ahead and have it go to a page. We'll have it go to the About page, right? There you go. And then I'll go ahead and save it. It looks weird. I'm going to get rid of this main thing right here. So I'm going to go ahead and select that guy. I'm going to remove content, so it gets rid of that. There we go. Got a newsletter. So if I look at this newsletter, subscribers be added to your Accept Marketing customer list. So if someone signs up for this, they're going to be set up into, basically sent into Shopify. They're not going to go to MailChimp. They're not going anywhere else. So they're just going to go into Shopify. So I'm going to go ahead and sign up for this. Let me do it on my other site here. I got to stop jumping over there. All right, so let me refresh. Everything I saved is going to show up. There we go. Let's go to the bottom. Okay, so now I'm going to put in, oops, sorry about that. Okay, so I'm going to put in sales at After Dark Graphics. And then I'll put subscribe. So now it's going to say, yeah, thank you for subscribing, right? That's it. That's pretty generic in this one. If you want to add MailChimp, the process is you add, you basically just going to go to MailChimp and get their sign-up code and then add it into the code in the bottom. There's an app for it that works with Shopify, but it's intermittent, and then they stop adding support for it. So it's better to just grab the code directly and add it instead of using an app for it. Some of those companies, what will happen is they'll create an app for it and then realize that it's too much of an upkeep and they're not making any money on it. So it's best for them to just not support it anymore. But there is a MailChimp app. I just prefer to use the code, just a little bit better. And anytime the code changes, then you're covered by MailChimp, right, or whatever. And then you can control your lists, etc. that way. So let's go here. All right. Okay. So everything looks good. Everything's saved. Theme settings, you can always change what you need here. So social media, I don't have anything in the social media right now. So it says shown when sharing a link on social media. So if someone shares a link on there and you want them to see your logo, in this case it's this girl up here. So I'll just select here and I'll select her. and then select. So anytime somebody shares from my page or shares a link, they're going to see her, right? And so you could share on Facebook, tweet, pin on Pinterest. Again, this theme is pretty limited in some of its options, but I'm just going to add these just so you can see where the social icons show up. All right, and then I'll just put that, and then I'll put that. It doesn't matter. Just so you can see where they are: Instagram, Tumblr, Snapchat, YouTube, Vimeo, and you don't have to use all of them. All right. So at the moment, I don't have them show. Oh, there we go. There they are. So here they show up all at the bottom, right? So say for instance I don't have Vimeo, I just leave it blank. Hit tab, and then it'll disappear. Okay, I don't have Snapchat. Hit tab, disappear, load, takes it off. So whenever someone clicks on those, it'll go to my social media accounts, right? It's like save, and it'll appear at different places depending on the theme that you choose. So some of the social media shows the top, some shows the bottom. Colors, you can change the entire look of the way your primary buttons are, feature collection, headings, and things like that. So say I want it to be blue, it changes it to blue. Okay, notice all the titles. So just be careful when you start getting here and mess around with these colors because they do affect sub-pages and things underneath. You have form fields, borders, pages, page borders, so you can play around with the colors. Typography. Here's my existing font size, right? So heading base. So I want the headers to be bigger. There we go. All right, image with alt text. There you go. And then body text. So I got work sans. I'm going to go ahead and change it. I want it to be a different fat face. Or how about I scroll down, pick something really goofy. Yeah, let's use Aramel. Notice how it's going to change. There we go. Select. And then I can change the body text if I wanted to. It's good to kind of have two different styles for body and for the main title. That way it separates the idea for your brain as well. I don't like the text being that small, so I'm going to go up one and kick it up to like 19. Okay, and then you can bold product titles if you want. I'm just going to turn it off. Okay, so typography, social media, favicon. So this is 32 by 32. So whenever you make an image, so say for instance I've got her, and she's going to need to be square. So you can take her into Canva or another program, and you can Photoshop whatever and make it a square image. And you can make it 192 by 192 or 512 by 512, which is actually a good one because then it will just resize it down for you. So you can select the image here. I'm just going to put her in here, and then it's going to actually size it down for me to 32 by 32. So I have no idea what I'm going to get. So let's see what here. Oops. Okay, my favicon. Add to cart notification. Show notification when items added to cart. See, these are just generic things just for this theme. Background image for checkout pages. Some people like to make it look all whatever. Custom images. You're going to want to add your custom logo to the checkout page. That's what's going to show up on the top of the checkout when someone's going through the checkout instead of just your name. Position left. Let's see, medium size. Order summary, typography, so you could change all that stuff too. Okay, let's go back. Remember, this is just for this debut theme. Other themes have more options on theme settings. They have more stuff under sections and stuff like that, and the ability to have other items. Remember, the free themes are going to be very limited, but just enough for you to get started, and then you could either add apps to get your functions done, or you can go through and look at other themes that already have a lot of this functionality built into them that you need without having to add an app to it. So, Shopify is great out of the box, $29.95, $79, whatever, and then you start adding apps to it, $5 a month, $10 a month, $20 a month, you're getting up in $200, $300, $400, $500 a month, after you add a bunch of apps to do things, when you can actually purchase a theme that some coders already integrated a bunch of those other apps into. that aren't necessarily those apps, but it's code that functions and works exactly the same way that the apps are supposed to without the extra fee. So maybe worth paying the $350 for that theme, or the $100 or the $200. Now, talking about themes, you just got to be a little wary when you go to sites like Envato or Theme Forest or these other sites that sell these Shopify themes. Some of them may or may not be incompatible. You're going to want to look at the reviews on those sites before you do purchase those themes. Some of them are $59, and you're like, wow, it's only $59 for this cool theme, and then you add it on there, and there's some rights violation or there's something else. So you just got to be careful. Make sure that, and when you do purchase those, that the images are, you're allowed to use those free and clear, copyright license, things like that. Okay, and then talking about images, so say for instance, I don't like the free images that are on this system that they have on here for selecting. So let me go down to my slideshow right here, right? So I go image slide, and then I want to change this guy right here. You have free images. There's websites called Burst. There's other websites called Unsplash. There's other free image places. You could also use Google in order to provide free images. And the best way to do that is you go to Google, right? And say I want men's fashion, or I'm just going to type in t-shirt. How's that? I'll type in t-shirt, and then I want to find an image that I can use on my website. So now I've clicked on images, but I don't know which one of these is free or I can use, right? So I go to tools, and then I'm going to go ahead and select usage rights. And then you have labeled for reuse, right? So with modification means you can change the image, labeled for non-commercial, and then labeled for non-commercial. So labeled for reuse is what you select. And then you can select the size. So say, for instance, you want a larger size. You can do large, or you can do larger than. If you start doing these selections, you're going to get some start limiting down your information. So if you're looking for something for print, it's nice to go a little higher. But 1024, 768 is typically good. And then you're going to want to come down past the sponsored sections, and then you can select these t-shirts from these particular websites. So say I wanted to use this t-shirt outline or this one here, right? So I'll go ahead and select that. Need pics. So I can either right click or save as, or however I want to do that. I could save the image as, and then I got the image. I can use it on my website without worrying about somebody saying, hey, that's my copyrighted image. Now it says images may be subject to copyright landmark. So Google has to put that on there by default, just so that they cover their own butts. But you're pretty much guaranteed that you can use any of the images on this site free and clear without any repercussions. Let's see. Let's go back to. So we covered the collections, the banner, featured selection, view all, image in the center. Cool stuff there. Changing this stuff around. Where's adding to social media? Notice how they're all blue now. Email address. Okay, so the emails, when you get in here, let's go back to the little suitcase up here, and then come to customers. Now, here I am, right? So I am a customer, right? And there's basically no information about me because I signed up for the newsletter. So it put me in here as a customer. There's no info on me, right? Accepts email marketing, no account. See that? So you can have your own notes in here. Customer hasn't placed any orders yet. You can tag them with what they are, if they're a shopper or this, that, and everything. Notice how newsletter is tagged, right? So what does this do? So this allows me to use them in my marketing. So we go to marketing, create effective ads with simple tools. You can create a campaign, and you create ads, Google shopping campaigns, Snapchat story, etc. So carousel ad, attract new customers by promoting on Facebook. So you can send out stuff to them that way. You can send them discounts. You can, do all kinds of things, right? So you can export the customer as well. So I want to go ahead and select my export my customers. I go ahead and select export, and then I'll just say all customers, right? CSV, and then I can import them into MailChimp or my other marketing methods where I can send them out newsletter or whatever it's going to be. Okay, so at least this way you have these customers in here and you can see who accepts email marketing and who doesn't. Okay, so you can just select subscribers, select export, and you're good to go. Apps. I could cover installing apps very simply. You just go ahead and select on apps, and say, for instance, I wanted to add product reviews, right? Well, I'm going to go ahead and visit the App Store, and then I would go ahead and select reviews, right? I don't know what I want. I select reviews. I do know, I start looking at some of these. You can go through and click on them and then read everything. It's always nice to see what the stars are. This one's by Shopify. I add this to a lot of sites. It says 4.5, but whatever. So I go to product reviews, and then it's free. You can read about what it does, about the product reviews, read the full description, what it does, and then you can look at screenshots of how it is, right? How it's going to be on your site. Okay, it's free, and then you can read other people's reviews. Would like to remove the app. My site, when I install a widget, it won't install, blah, blah. There's people that don't know that it is, these apps, when you install them, if the theme allows it, it may allow you to edit and automatically install the app. But other times when you go to add these apps and it says automatic install, the app may say that it's installed, but it may not have installed correctly, right? So you'd have to get in there and edit some of the theme code. And most of the apps will actually tell you how to do it and where to place it, or you can contact them on their forums or support. So I'm gonna go ahead and add this free one. Let's like add app. And it's gonna ask me if, here, it's gonna tell me what it does. Coolwares, product reviews, view data, manage products, orders, manage your online store, right? And you can look at the details of what it does before you decide to do that. To erase your customers' personal product reviews, remove the app after 48 hours, request be sent to product review, blah, 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 okay? So read each one before you start clicking around on what you want it to do, if you're worried about them accessing any of your customer data. So install app. Okay, so this code snippet requires you to copy the following code snippet to your clipboard, right? So paste the snipboard to your product template, right? And so I'm going to actually have to do some additions in order to make this app work, right? So what I typically do is I open up another tab, and so I'll go, oops, let me just open up another tab here. And it says following snippet to your clipboard, right? Product reviews, so I'll just go ahead and copy that. And then paste a snippet in your sections product template liquid file where you want your review to appear. Usually it's just below the product description tag. The code may look something like this. So what I'll do is I'll look for sections and then product template. So in this particular instance, I went to online store, I go to actions, and I have to go to edit code, okay? I don't recommend you do this. I recommend that you hire me or our company or an expert to do this for you. Always create a backup of the original file before you start clicking around and adding things. So it's under sections. Then I've got product template. So in this particular, here's my product template here, .liquid, right? So I'm under sections, product template, and notice there's a bunch of stuff in here. I just select all, I copy it, okay? And then we're going to go up here, add new section, and we're going to call it product template, and then I call them orig. And that way I know it's the original file. And then there's all this stuff in here. Notice there's the actual file, and there's the one that I want to save as my backup. Or you can call it backup or whatever. I went ahead, and you can scroll up and see that this is all the exact same code. I select save. So now I've made a backup. I can call it back, whatever you want to call it. I'll go ahead and close that tab. So now I can work on this one without having to worry about if I'm going to destroy the original code, okay? Otherwise, you got to reinstall the theme and lose all your stuff, and it's a pain in the butt. So now it told me to look for, I can do Control F or Command F on a Mac and just type in description. And maybe I can do it again correctly. There we go. So it told me to look for a certain code. I'm just going to go ahead and tab down, div class, and then so here's product description with, there's the title, right? Let me go down some more, and then here's my product description, my actual product description, right? And then my share buttons are right below it. So if I look at the product, right? Let me go one more. Okay, so if I look at the product, let me go to Cool Wares here, and let me click on this guy. And then here's my share, all right? Here's my description, and now here's my share, right? Here's my description. So now I just put my cursor after that div tag there. I go down a couple, and then I'm going to go and grab their code, copy, okay? And then you just follow what they're doing. Once added to your theme, it's really pretty simple actually. And so I'll go ahead and paste it into that tab. I select save, okay? Now you can come back and you can click on verify and continue. Sometimes it says it yes, sometimes it says no. We cannot verify you've installed, remove the password. So that's why it can't verify it, because I have a password on my website. I'm gonna say continue without verifying, and then I'm gonna go ahead and go to the product page and hit refresh, and now you'll see the product reviews show up. So write a review. So there's no reviews yet, right? So I'm gonna go ahead and write a review, and I'm gonna say Jack, and then just do sales after dark. And you may want to put it somewhere else. Sometimes it's just not the right place to put it. I'll give it a rating. So I've given it this 5-star rating. Great shirt. Wow. Awesome. Right? And then I'll go ahead and submit the review. Well, just because someone created a review on your website doesn't mean it's going to show up automatically. So you'll get a notification as a shop owner, and then if I look in here, I'm on product reviews, I'll just hit refresh, and now I should see the review that came in. Wow, great shirt, right? So status spam, right? So I can select it, and then I can go, hey, publish this review. So you have control. You don't have to worry about people being jerks on there. I'll go ahead and refresh this page now, and then I've got, yay, great shirt, one review. But as this page gets longer, this is going to push down. So you're going to want to make sure you put this somewhere where it's not really interfering with your, your design style or whatever. So I'd probably stick it over here under the images, whatever, and you can mess around with the code and figure that out yourself, or contact us, obviously. So that's basically how you add a free app. And then there's other paid apps where you have to go through, you click on the app, you find that it's paid, then you have to authorize it to charge you, and then Shopify will charge you directly onto your account that you have set up through your payment methods for the app. And then if you don't want to use the app, whatever, you could always review it or remove it, etc. Okay. Discounts, I didn't talk about these last time, so you can create a discount code. You can also create automatic discounts. So creating a discount, you go ahead and create discount code, and then you can do a percentage, fixed amount, free shipping, buy X, get Y, right? So pretty simple. I'll do the same thing they have, spring sale. This will be what I can promote. Percentage, fixed amount. I'm going to say percentage is just easier. I'll do 10%. Entire order, specific collections, pretty much a no-brainer. You can select it, and then you select your collections. You only want it off of the women's wears 3. So I'm going to say, WAR. So only off wears 3 products. Okay. And then minimum requirements. I want them to spend at least, $50. I'm going to say 100. Yeah, 50. Whatever. Customer eligibility, specific groups of customers. So say, for instance, I only wanted all the newsletter customers to get it. They have tag with newsletter, so I can select that, right? Or I can say specific customers. I just type in their names, Joey, Freddie, Billy, whatever, right? But I'm just going to say everyone. Usage limits. This actually is limit the number of times this discount can be used in total. Limit to 1 per use per customer. So you can do that, and that'll save you. And then notice how it kind of goes down and it gives you all the information available, right? And then you don't have a start date yet, so I don't want it to start yet until September 1, whatever. And then I want it to end September 30th, right? And then there I set it. So now I don't have to worry about it. Now I set that up. So you can go in here, I select save. There is a generate code thing, so you can also select generate code. It gives you generate code, generate code, generate code. So you can just change those if you want instead of doing spring sale. So you don't have to figure out what you want to do. And then you can come and track these later. Okay. I'm gonna hit cancel. Discard changes. Okay. Discount codes. So now I got my spring scale. It's schedule. I haven't used it yet. Okay. Automatic discounts. So creating an automatic discount, and it applies it to the cart automatically. So this can be a buy X get Y. Let's do this particular thing. So buy X, we'll call it, and then we'll call buy X get Y. So if they go one of specific product, and I'll call it. So they buy that one. Right? And they get what? They get one. Let's browse. Okay, get one of those. So now they get that. So they can select, so it's at a discounted value. So buy one, customer gets, so free. Or they can get 10% off the second one, or 50% off the second one. Right, and I only want them to use one time per order, and I can set the dates, okay, and I select save. So now if I buy that t-shirt, so let me refresh this, and I'm going to select add to cart. Shows me my cart here, boom, view cart. Let's go to checkout. Notice there's the logo for the girl. Otherwise, if I had no logo, it would not be there. You also have small subtotal, calculated next step. Enter your name in here. Let's do sales after dark. James. Let's do test. San Diego. Go on. So I'm not a robot. Continue shopping. So now I've got my USPS. Notice there's no free shipping, right? It's going to send me here. Continue to payment. Discount code. Oh, there we go. Okay. So you have to add both products, and you have to tell your customers. So it's like you have to add this to your cart in order to get that one, right? So you select the first product and you tell them to add the other product, and they'll automatically get another discount. So if they do add it to there, you're doing a promotion, you can say it in your promo bar at the top of the website if you want. Say you said enter buy X, add short sleeve and get product wears at 50% off. Okay, so you can do it that way. Sometimes they're automated in the fact that you can just tell people to add these two products to your cart, and then you'll get one of them 50% off. Thank you for watching this tutorial, and as always, please hit that subscribe button down there if our videos are at all helpful. Or if you'd like to contact us, contact AfterDarkGraphics.com, sales@AfterDarkGraphics.com, call 619-702-7377, We are Shopify, BigCommerce, Miva Merchant, WooCommerce, WordPress developers, and experts. So if you need any help or just have a simple question, please feel free to contact us. Otherwise, either like or vote up, hopefully, subscribe down below. Thank you.